Have you ever wondered what happens to us after we're done here? Well, some believe nothing happens. When we're dead, we're done. That's it. Now, others believe we begin a new journey. And this new journey is somehow connected with our past life. A continuation of karma. In other words, what we do in this lifetime will have an effect in our next lifetime. So in essence, we can't escape our karma, even in death. And this belief helps some people to reconcile their current experience as being their destiny. And if they're experiencing hardships, well, it's their fate. They may tolerate a bad relationship because they believe it's their destiny. They are a victim of their past karma. It is what it is. In other words, they've already lost before they've even begun. Interesting, right? So here's the thing. Is there a connection between lifetimes? It's possible. Is there such a thing as destiny? Well, I believe so. But here's my concern. How can we know what exactly took place in our past life in order to determine what happens in this life? In other words, who's providing us with this information? Now, at the end of the day, I do believe there are some people who have the ability to see into the past, present, and future. But how do we discern if the person we're consulting is accurate? How do we accept our fate with so much uncertainty? Instead, we should follow the guidance that comes from our intuition. Now, here's what I believe. We all have the free will to make decisions for ourselves in this lifetime. And when our decisions no longer make any sense, we have the ability to make new decisions. We're never stuck. I believe that God exists in all of us, the energy of unconditional love, the highest form of love. And so, whatever happens to us, God will always be with us. We're never alone. My father found this yellow flower in the middle of their backyard the other day. Upon closer inspection, his attention was immediately drawn to the cross in the middle of the flower. See, I believe Spirit is always providing us with symbolism through nature. And with the assistance of my mother's flower, my father was able to make the connection. The flower represents us, and the cross inside the flower represents God. See, my father often finds meaningful images and symbolism through my mother's flowers. Like this one. Do you see what I see? You may want to have a look at your own garden. there may be some messages from Spirit just waiting for you to discover. Now, when it comes to our destiny, I believe God's plan for all of us is to live our best life. Not a perfect life, a fulfilling one, full of growth and adventures. And so if our current experience is not fulfilling, it's not our destiny. For example, if our career is no longer fulfilling, it's not our destiny. If our relationships are no longer fulfilling, it's not our destiny. If our lifestyle is no longer fulfilling, it's not our destiny. I believe nothing happens by accident, and this includes lessons we go through in life to help us with our growth. And karma will help us with this by letting us know when it's time to move on and take our life to the next level. In other words, we need to be careful not to get too comfortable in a lesson. I believe our birth chart is designed to help us understand our strengths and weaknesses. We should use this universal tool to help us to know who we are and what areas of life will bring us the most fulfillment in this particular lifetime, and focus our energy on that. Our birth chart will help us to know what characteristics and skills we embody so we can focus our energy on developing that. See, I believe this lifetime is just one of many adventures our soul will have. And I don't believe there's a connection between lifetimes. I mean, let's face it, there's no guarantee that we'll even come back as a human. In other words, I could be a cockroach in my next life. Who knows? I just don't think it's possible for another human being to have a definitive answer on what happens to us when we're done here. But while we're still here, I believe our destiny is to live a fulfilling life, whatever that looks like. And I absolutely believe in the power of a thought. It carries energy, which then creates our experience. And so it's important that we pay attention to our thoughts to ensure it's not sabotaging our destiny. I have a quote I'd like to share with you. This quote is by Don Miguel Ruiz, the author of my favorite book. Death is not the biggest fear we have. Our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive. The risk to be alive and express what we really are. I'm curious, what do you believe happens to us when we're done here? Feel free to communicate with me through my personal email. I've listed it in the description below. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. And if you have any additional questions, or you'd simply like to connect, feel free to use the same email. Until next time, be safe and make sure to keep paying attention to your karma. It's our greatest teacher.